Hi everyone, this is Brittany from Machete Shop. We are doing the tutorial for how to do the tassels for the drip drip wrap. I have a little bit of a different way of doing it to make them a little bit more durable and secure because there is so many that hang off. So what you will need is your yarn, coordinating to the colors that you need, and your mohair, and scissors, and a size H or 8 5mm crochet hook. This is one that I actually keep inside my notions pouch, and it is just kind of my favorite all-purpose crochet hook that I use for just about everything. So let's begin. The first thing that you're going to do is I like to leave a long tail, and that's quite a few inches. You want it long enough that it's comfortable because you want to be able to weave these ends in. So I like to have some extra room to play with. You will do your slip knot and then insert your crochet hook, and we're going to move these over. Now, I had counted out, for me was about 25 single chains, or single stitches, but what you will want to do is based on your gauge and your tension to average out about 8 inches of a single chain that you will create. So let's do that. 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Now you're going to want to close this up and make a big loop. And by doing that, if you're not familiar with crocheting, there is a little bump on the back of your first single chain. And you're going to want to do a slip stitch, which is wrap the yarn and just pull it through. From here, and that's it. I need my scissors. And then just pull your tail through that loop, and there you go. Now this is what you will be attaching your chain to the scarf or wrap, whichever size you're doing. And why you will want them to be coordinated with the color of the tassel that you're doing. So map out what colors you want to do before you get started. Now this is what I use to make my tassels, which is just a big post-it book, but it measured perfectly 4 inches, and it was just perfectly. So it's very important that you hold the mohair with your strand of fingering, because this is going to plump it out without having to use as much yarn as you typically would. So I wrapped mine about 25 to 30 times, and that was just eyeballing it as I went. So we'll do that. And I bumped the camera, I'm sorry. And then snip it. And this is where the technique comes in. So you are going to take your strand of your loop, and you have both of your ends that you snipped for your tassels facing that way. So what will be the top of your tassel, you will slip your loop, the whole thing underneath, and then from here you're going to, which way did I do it? You're going to take the tail end and move it through the middle of the other end of the loop. So then you have it here and you pull tight, and that's the top of your chain, of your tassels. So then you take this off, and then I grab the fingering yarn, and I just use the fingering for this wrap around the center because you don't really need the mohair and it makes it a little bit more difficult. So I come pretty close to the top and I just make a knot, and I'll kind of tug it out, make sure everything is smooth, and then I make another knot, and then I hold it and I just wrap. I probably wrap about 5 or 6 times, just enough to make it tight and secure. And then from here, I just trim. And then I just tie those up. And I always double knot just to make it extra secure because I don't want to ever have to come back to it. And then I flip it. And this is just your preference. You don't have to do it as many times, but I do recommend it. And again. And trim your tassels here. See if I got everything. And then trim your ends with your extra pieces. I didn't really trim too hard on all of this. I kind of liked it a little bit rusticy. And there's your tassel. So what I also like to do is at the top, once I'm done, I'll do another knot at the top, which just secures that loop into place there, and just so it doesn't get loose on you and you don't have to mess with it again. And we will grab our wrap, and from here you can see that I then just take my crochet hook, or you can use your finger if they're small enough, or a tapestry needle, and I just pull, I'm gonna do this going backwards, and I just pull one side through. So there you have it, and then you just tie that on, and this is an extra one, so I'm not going to tie it on, so this one's because it's finished, but you would tie this on and you would double knot that, and you would keep, this is the I-cord edge, and you would make it so that you feel like it's very secure, and then when it's all done, you literally just take these ends and you weave them in, and then you're done, and there's your tassel with an extra sturdy attachment. So all right, let me know if you have any questions. You can email me at heygirl@macheteshop.com, and I will try my best to walk you through it, but hopefully this helps. Have a good day, guys.